Kill the old self. There's a version of you that needs to die. The one who hides behind good intentions. The one who keeps saying, I'll start tomorrow, but never does. The version that knows what needs to be done, but forever chooses to stay in the comfort zone. This isn't about laziness, it's about changing your internal identity. Because identity is what drives your behavior. It's the story you tell yourself over and over until it becomes who you are. I'm not consistent. I always fall off plan. I'm just an anxious person. It's who I am. But this is the problem. When those stories go unchallenged, they become the lens through which you view yourself. And the more you reinforce them, the harder they are to escape. Because every time you tell yourself you'll do something and then you don't follow through, you're breaking a promise with yourself. And whether you realize it or not, that's how trust disappears. Let's put it this way. If a friend kept letting you down, they cancelled plans, made excuses, showed up late, would you trust them? Would you respect them? Exactly, you wouldn't. So why would your brain treat you any differently? And this is the harsh truth. You are not confused, you are not lost. You are just addicted to avoiding discomfort. And that addiction is costing you your future. And that's exactly why I do what I do. I choose to do things every single day which are uncomfortable. I don't sit in freezing waters hours a week, meditate for an hour a day, and train like my life depends on it just so I can say, oh, look at me, I'm better than you. I do it because voluntary discomfort is not a choice, it's a necessity. Because life will get hard. Suffering is going to come for all of us. You don't get to choose if it happens, you only get to choose whether or not you're prepared for it. Unchosen suffering will meet you eventually. The only question is, will you be the person who crumbles under it, or the one who's already prepared for it? Transformation isn't passive. It's not some light bulb moment where everything changes. It's an internal war, a war between who you've been and who you are capable of becoming. And every single day, you either feed your future or you feed your fear. There is no neutral, there is no middle ground. You're either moving forward or building a life that one day you're going to wake up and you're going to regret. The most dangerous identity you can carry is the one that feels productive but never executes. The planner, the podcast listener, the one who's always working on something. But when it's time to actually act, they are nowhere to be seen. It's all noise, it's all talk and zero action. And that constant hesitation becomes your identity. And that delay becomes your destiny. I saw this firsthand when I built the Coach Creator. I gave people everything, the strategy, the systems, the tools, the brand partners, everything I possibly could. It was the entire roadmap, step by step, even with copy and paste AI integration. And yet some people still didn't even get past the first module because their issue was never the strategy. It was the mindset. It was their discipline. It was their lack of self-belief. It was the identity they were operating from. They didn't believe they were the kind of person who finishes it or sees things through. So how could they ever expect to be a coach? As by definition, that is someone who leads others. So the harsh reality is they won't ever make it as a coach. And that's when it all clicked for me. You can hand someone the exact system, but if deep down they don't believe in themselves, they'll find a way to lose even if they've got the winning playbook. So no. You don't need more information, you don't need a new system or a new strategy, you need to take responsibility, full responsibility, for the gap between who you are and who you said you were going to be. Because until you do that, nothing changes. And I get it, it's easier to blame the timing, blame the stress, blame the algorithm, the ex-partner. Playing the victim card is being a coward, because it's your fault. Because if it's not your fault, then it's not your job to fix it. But here's the problem. Every time you choose to believe that life is happening to you, you hand your power away. You give your opportunities to the past. You give your progress to your problems. You give your future to fear. And all the excuses you make today, they're not harmless. They're burdens you're handing to your future self. Delays that become regrets. Avoidance that turns into anxiety. And even though you might not pay for them today, one day you will. The switch you have to make is stop treating responsibility like a punishment, because it's power. Because the second you say, it's on me, you get to do something about it. And that's the difference between people who build something real and people who stay stuck, talking about it for the next 5 years. The ones who never stop progressing, they never need perfect conditions. They don't wait for permission. They don't need an external goal or some shiny new motivation tactic. They just move because they recognize they are the people responsible for the future. Let's be real, growth hurts, failure hurts, but staying the same, that hurts too. That's the part that no one will ever tell you. Pain is the price of being alive. It's a prerequisite to living. You don't ever get to skip it, you just get to choose which kind of pain you want to carry for the rest of your life. Growth hurts because you're breaking an old version of yourself. You're burning the bridge back to your old excuses. You're learning how to operate from discipline, not dopamine, from focus, not anxiety, from commitment, not comfort. And that doesn't come from reading another book or buying another course or posting motivational quotes on your Instagram story. It comes from facing yourself, looking straight at the habits, patterns and beliefs that kept you small all along, and tell yourself, I'm done being this version of me. It ends here. Because discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up after the initial wave of motivation fades. It's about doing the hard thing, especially when no one is watching. That's what separates the ones who break through from the ones who keep going in circles. Every time you avoid discomfort, you cast a vote for your old self. Every time you act with discipline, you cast a vote for your future self. And those votes, they are living proof. Proof that you are becoming the kind of person who doesn't quit, who doesn't wait, who doesn't procrastinate, the kind of person who follows through on their goals, no matter what the other voice in their head is saying. And let me tell you, when you become that person, everything changes. You don't need to talk louder, you don't need to prove anything to anyone, you just move differently. You carry a level of conviction, because now you trust your own word. You no longer chase external validation, you don't wait for motivation, because you have built a standard that just gets shit done. You move with intent, clarity, and when you put your mind to something or anything, it stops being a case of if it will happen, and it just becomes a case of when it will happen. And that is the shift, not just a new routine, a new level of internal self-belief. So here's your final reminder. No one is coming to save you. There is no perfect plan because they don't exist. There's no magical moment where you wake up and it all clicks into place. There's just this moment, this decision, and this version of you. And the version that's waiting on the other side of discipline, you either rise now or you repeat everything that's been keeping you stuck. Because remember, taking responsibility isn't the end of your excuses. It's the beginning of power. So no more waiting, no more blaming, just take control. And the second that you accept that, you stop reacting to life and you start leading it. But as always, if you rewire your mind, you redefine your future, because you are built different.